Hey everyone, hope you're having a great day. Welcome to another video on the channel, and in today's video I have some exclusive spells that KingSal personally sent me to tease to you guys, the community. So we're going to talk about them all in today's video. Also, some other creators got a couple of other spells teased as well, which I will discuss a bit later on in the video because you might have already seen those. But let's talk about the ones that I exclusively got sent to me. So the first couple of spells here are going to have to do with the ramps for balance, which is Eye of Vigilance and Scales of... what is it? Writing the Scales. Oh my god. I'm so stupid sometimes. Sorry. But yes, so these are the spells. I will put them up on screen. So we have basically Writing the Scales and Eye of Vigilance being a shadow spell, no longer a balance spell. So this is really interesting, and this also costs a shadow pip if you see it on the left as well. Okay, so this is a little odd because this spell has been obviously trainable, obtainable to everyone in the community for many years now and stuff like that. So seeing it just become a shad is a little alarming, you know. This kind of signals that the cards were probably a little too good, too spammy and such. That's why they moved it to being like a shad and stuff like that. So really interesting change here. I honestly want to say people probably aren't going to run this. The reason being is because they've had, you know, the balance scales be spammable and Eye for quite some time. Now that you have to invest an entire shad and pack an entire shad card in your deck, it's probably not going to be used generally, I want to say. And to my knowledge, looking at the cards and the text on them, they do appear to be the exact same card. So very interesting. We'll have to see what else is going to happen. Maybe they're going to have a couple of new shads in this update as well, I would have to assume. And maybe Shrike and Dark Surge will get nerfed in this next update. You know, maybe they'll nerf down the other shads to make this one look better, which would be interesting. But again, we will have to see about that, guys. So those are the first two teasers I have for y'all. Now, the next two I have are going to be brand new cards, actually, matter of fact. And these ones are the ones that I think the community is going to be excited about if you do PvP. So we have a card that is called Trap Delusion and Blade Delusion. So essentially, these are brand new spells, and I will read it to you in case you can't understand Rochambeau hieroglyphics. But basically, for 1 pip, you can clear up to 4 traps or blades and replace those with either 15% or 20% universal buffs for the opponent. So essentially, this would be a way to counter like a PvE myth or a PvE ice in a way. So what a lot of myths do right now in the meta is they single blade into a sunblade, and the reason they do it in that order is because you can't actually counter the blades right now in the current day and age for a cheap pip cost. But with these new spells right here, for 1 pip, it's essentially going to clear both of those turns, all 4 of them, and replace them with a very weak, almost inconsequential buff. So there's 2 uses here. You're essentially clearing for a very cheap pip cost, and then putting the 15% buff on the opponent. So I think people might pack this over Enfeeble because, again, it's 1 less pip, and you can actually clear a whole extra turn, which is a huge deal. Yes, you do technically keep a buff on the opponent, but you gotta think of it, right? The buffs are typically 35%, 45% in some cases, or 60% with like Triton Blade in some cases. So clearing 4 is a huge and a very big deal just in of itself, okay guys? And having them, you know, have a little buff on them, but you retain that tempo for a very cheap pip cost is a very big deal. So I don't know. I don't think this is trash like the Echo ones we have in the game right now. I think this is a pretty cool concept. So let me know what you guys think about this stuff in the comments below. Of course, I think this one is probably the biggest one we have right now in terms of teasers for PvP and what will affect the meta. So pretty interesting stuff we got here. Then what we have from yesterday, I believe, is from Almond, I think, the real Almond. I think he got some teasers, but basically these spells are Path B, like, you know, Reindeer Knight, Deer Knight, what's it called, Rat Spin. Basically, these spells will be able to be used in advanced combat, so you might see some people go up top in like the players raid and use these spells to clear out the mobs for the Eternal Flames, which again is pretty cool and all, but this is essentially just making advanced content more accessible to more schools, and I think that is great because previously these spells were flat out just banned in advanced content because all AoEs are banned. So pretty cool to see them actually update that here. And the most important one is the fact that Ice got their Ninja Pigs. Now, already teased this quite some time ago, and it's finally here. So right now, Myth and Ice have the two best 6-pip burst hits in the game, mathematically speaking. Now, I think that the other schools are also going to get their 6-pip burst, probably in the Selenopolis update itself, like with a Path B, Path A, Path C, and whatnot. So we'll have to see. But Ice getting this spell is a huge buff, right? This is barely any weaker than a Shadow enhanced hit, and you can basically spam the crap out of it. So pretty interesting. I think this will make Ice a lot higher on the tier list, especially when you consider Balance is going to get pretty much almost gutted this update, and I'll make a video on that tomorrow, I think. So I mean, unless new teasers come out and such, but yeah, that is all the teasers we have for today. I honestly did not expect this at all. Thank you to Cam for reaching out to me and actually providing me with these teasers for the community. To my knowledge, this is like one of the first times they've actually like engaged with creators and been like, yo, do you want to like market this to the community and whatnot, or work with us? So really cool. I appreciate it, and going forward, I hope we can work together more and stuff. I know I got a lot of criticism on the channel being like, oh, you hate the game, Liam, all you do is talk wet all the time, but guys, again, it's because I want the game to do a lot better, you know, so that is what it is. But let me know your thoughts and feedback about all these spells in the comments, guys. I will be reading them all as usual, and I'll keep you up to date on the new update and all the spell changes we know so far. So hit that subscribe button, like button. If not, well, thank you for watching this far, and I will see you on the next one. And as always, take care, guys.